Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear friend and student, I am RehmanUllah and I am here to teach you financial management. In previous lecture we discussed financial systems, function of financial system. Today we are going to discuss one of the component of financial system, which is financial institutions. In this lecture we will discuss that what is financial institutions, what's the types of financial institutions, deposit institutions and non-deposit institution with full explanation. So first of all, let's explain that what is financial institutions. Financial institution is actually the financial intermediate because it brings two parties together, borrower and saver. Or we can say that it is the channel between the excess fund people and the shorted fund people, the people who have high money, who have surplus and money, and the people who have low money, who are in deficit. It is the channel between these two parties. It facilitates the movement to money from surplus to deficit people who need money, or we can say that it is the transfer of money from the people who have surplus and the people who have deficit, who need money. Intermediate between saver and borrowers, or channel between excess fund peoples and shorted peoples. Facilitate the movement to money that from surplus to deficit peoples. There are many functions of financial institutions. It help in growing the economy. It help the growth in an economy. By financial institution, the economy can go up. It help in raising the capital. It also help in capital formations. It provide long-term instrument, short-term requirement financial resources to different organizations. They have many functions. They have many roles in every countries. It's regulated by private or government to raise their capital, to raise their functions. These are just the definitions of financial institution, that how financial institution, what is the financial institutions. Now how it works? It works like it take money from surplus people and give it to deficit people in loan. Then the people repay it back and provide it to surplus people. The financial institutions earn profit by giving loan on interest and taking the money from people and doing business for their own purpose. Now come towards the types of financial institutions, that what are the types of financial institutions. There are two main types of financial institutions. One is depositing institution, or we can say that banking institution, and the other is non-depositing institution, or we can say that non-banking institutions. The depositing institutions are those institutions which provide different loan like education loan, home loans, but they also accept deposit. They also provide deposit slips to their customers. They also save the money of their customers. While the non-depositing institution or non-banking institution are those institutions which serve as an intermediate between saver and borrower, but it does not accept deposit. It provides loans, it provides different facilities, different services to their customer, but it does not accept deposit. It does not issue the deposit slip to their customers. Now let's explain the some institution of deposit institution, banking institution, that what are the deposit institution are. And deposit institution, we have different institutions like central bank, commercial banks. These all are the banking institutions, or we can say depositing institutions. The central bank are those deposit institutions which accept deposit from government, which regulate rules and regulation for other banks like commercial banks. It issues the currency for country. For every country have a different central bank. Like the central bank for Pakistan is State Bank of Pakistan, while the commercial bank are those banks which accept deposit, which provides loan and also accept deposit, which is regulated by government or a private people. It issues the loans. It directly can it meet directly with peoples. And commercial banks, the example are that UBL banks, Mizan banks, national banks, HBL banks. These all are the examples of commercial banks. In previous lecture we explained it with full explanation, with full detail. Now come towards the non-depositing institution, non-banking institution, that what are the non-banking, non-depositing institutions of financial institutions. In non-banking institution, non-depositing institution, we have many institutions, but we will explain here some of the following, that what are the non-banking institutions of financial institutions. In non-banking institution, we have the first institution is financial companies or financial service corporations. These are the financial institution, non-banking institution, which serve as an intermediate but does not accept deposits. It provides different loans to small businesses like educational loans, home loans. It provides also equipment leasing. For example, if a company have machineries, they provide on lease to different investors, to this different business. It provides small loan to small businesses. The example of financial companies is microfinance banks of Pakistan or Khushali banks. This is the example of financial companies which provides loan to small businesses for their investment. The next institution, non-banking institution, is insurance companies. Insurance companies provide different insurance like life insurance, property insurance, credit insurance. The work of it that it take periodic payment from people and give the guarantee of compensation, rewards, repayment, that if any loss occur to them, the insurance company will facilitate them. The insurance company will help them in financial way. In Pakistan, we have different insurance companies like Jubilee Insurance Corporations, like State Life Insurance Corporation Limited of Pakistan. This is the non-banking institution of financial institution. The next institution or non-banking institution is investment banking. Investment banking is one of the special non-banking institution of financial institution which purchase the different shares of different companies and resell it to investors. The investment bank also provide information to people about different organizations, about different companies. The main and the common role of investment bank that the IPOs issued through investment bank. When a corporation want to issue his IPOs, his shares for the first time, they issue it through the investment bank. The investment bank also facilitate and merging and acquisition. Let's suppose that we can say that Sony and Rexon. Sony and Rexon were the different companies, but they merged through investment bank and make a unique company which we say that Sony Rexon. The investment bank also help in different organization, like it guide the investor about their shares and placement for the stocks. It provide information that when you need to issue the share and where you need to issue your shares. The example of investment bank and international level that Habib Sons Investment Banks Limited is the example of investment banks. Investment bank have many more functions. It provide different information. It have issue different shares numbers in organization, and every different organization then shares of different organization is with investment banks. The next non-banking institution or financial institution is investment companies. Investment companies is actually principally engaged with an investment and securities. It's tell about the how you invest in securities. And investment companies we have mutual funds, hedge funds, and leverage by buyout funds. Mutual funds we have different investor, many people they collect money and make a pool of monies, and then they invest in different portfolio, purchase different securities of different companies, shares of different companies by the help of a professional mutual fund manager. Now how you can participate in mutual funds? You can participate in mutual funds by two ways. You can become the participant of mutual funds in two ways. One is by direct way and the other is by regulators. You can participate in mutual fund by a direct way, that you invest, you give, you collect money in mutual funds. By regulator you participate by a distributor to whom you will pay commissions for his service. The next is hedge funds. Hedge fund means the fund for the qualified investors, the fees for the qualified investor, the person who are a professional in investment, who have high knowledge about investing, and you pay the fund, you pay the money for him is hedge funds. Hedge fund is actually the fund for a qualified investors. The next is leverage buyout funds. Leverage buyout companies are those companies which purchase the poor companies of government and make it his own property, make it his own shareship, make it his own private companies, and then restrict all the activities, all the operations of that companies and make the goodwill of that company. It actually make the poor company make goodwill company. The international example of leverage buyout funds means Hilton Hotels, Subways companies. These are some of the companies which was in crisis. Then it purchased by a private people and owned by a private person, and then they make it a goodwill of the companies. So this was the non-banking institution or financial institution, and this was all about today's lecture, that what is the financial institution, what are the types of financial institutions, what are the deposit institution of financial institution, what are the non-banking, non-depositing institution of financial institution. If you have any question regarding today's lecture, ask in a comment section, and if you don't subscribe our channel, please subscribe, like and share it with your friends. So take care of yourself and stay with us. Wassalam, Pakistan Zindabad.